Indoor cycling, Zwift, racing, parenting. We cover those and all of our hopes and dreams in between. Welcome to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast, an entertaining look into the lives of everyday people trying to achieve virtual cycling glory from our basements and garages from around the world. This podcast is rooted in Zwift and has evolved into found friendships, fitness, health, and a little sprinkle of humor. This may be one of the only podcasts where a little heavy breathing shouldn't scare you away, because we're riding our bikes while we're recording it.
Face. I wrote a poem. Hang on. Wait. I wrote a poem for today. You ready?
Yeah, yes.
Guess who's back? Pause. Back again.
Mm-hmm.
Another pause. Brosta's back. Tell a friend. I might have plagiarized that whole thing, but
I have heard parts of that song, or parts
and
of
then
that
in
rhyme
my mind
before.
it goes da na 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 na. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this would be a big hit.
Like and subscribe. I may take my shirt off in like 30 minutes.
the young people will like it very much.
I think so. I think it's going to be a hit. Yeah. Welcome back, Brosta.
Hey guys,
Awesome.
good to be back.
Yeah.
Thanks
good
for
to have
having
you.
me again.
For fans of the show who have watched or will watch, you'll notice that Brosta is in a different environment today than previous episode.
That's true.
I know.
I'm in New York City in an office I measured it at 60 square feet.
Are you making salsa there in your apartment? Just asking if you're the New York
yes.
City that all the salsa's made.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, it's
That's
a Pace
a good
Picante
cut.
joke. Deep cut, sorry.
Get it?
Sorry.
I was like, yes, it was Taco Tuesday yesterday.
New York City.
New York City. Sorry, it's bad. I'm sorry.
Keith Millers are going wild everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Even the
Hey,
English
can
one that
people
we're riding
walking-
with.
Yeah.
Normally I keep my light off in here because anybody can just look right in. But that's the beauty of New York City. Most people don't give a F.
Nope.
What have you? You can
Hey,
do
look at
pretty
that
much
guy
whatever
riding his
you want.
bike inside. That's cool.
You say that as like 8 people are staring at your bum.
Well, that's part of the people that don't care at all. Ross is like, that's fine.
Yeah, he's also
Yeah,
the one that
what's the
doesn't
view?
care.
I also don't care.
He's like, right here, buddy. Take a look.
Yeah. A little bit of exhibition, a little bit of voyeur. That's fine.
Yeah, it took some effort to recreate the upstate setup here, just in terms of ventilation.
And you waited until 10 minutes before we were supposed to start?
Oh, well, that
No.
too. No, I just meant my whole trainer,
Full Zwift setup.
Oh, yeah.
fans.
Where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question about that. Does your bike stay on the trainer at all times?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I
Because it has to move so that you can operate in your office space, correct?
I break it down, build it up every day.
Good for you.
So
What trainer are you?
What? Yeah, that's the next question.
so the H3, I brought it down.
Okay.
I had the Neo, if anybody wants it. I have a few leads, but I don't really love it for racing.
Really?
It's a thief of watts, and it's
True, you've only got 2 trainers.
I've only got 2 trainers. I can always go with one more. Just keep it in the trunk.
It's T+1 on the trainers, right?
yeah, it folds, it's portable. But yeah, I brought my my old road bike down, which is now my trainer bike. Have the quick release skewer, so it's pretty easy
Nice.
to pop it on and off faster than
That's the
through axle.
relatively new quick release skewer, right?
Yes, I did break
Relative
one.
to the
That's
old
true.
one. Lot
In
monster
between the
over
last
here,
time I
breaking skewers.
recorded and I'm talking to you now, and in a ZRL race, I might have fallen off my trainer. Thankfully, there was a wall, not unlike this one, but in my garage that I kind of leaned on.
Did your wife find you there 2 hours later? Like, honey, can you spring me some water first? I'm just really
Yeah.
thirsty.
Yeah. And that's when I learned I should get a specific trainer skewer, which was like one of the, if you're not using a trainer skewer, get one.
Are you still dealing with top hat gate? Or no? Is that not a thing anymore? I thought if you over tighten that skewer, it would like break the top hat.
Oh,
I don't know. Drew had that issue.
Yeah, you have to like play around with like the part of the top hat on the cassette side, because if you tighten it too much, the cassette freezes up.
Yep.
So that's not skewer dependent.
Oh, it's just user error.
That's when you're putting your cassette on.
Yeah, that was me being the whole for a moment.
Overzealous.
Yeah. Well, if some is good, more is better. Let me tighten it a little more. Finger tight? What's that? I want to torque that bitch down.
Yeah.
Where's my torque wrench? Finger tight.
Exactly.
Finger tight.
That was my nickname in high school. Anyway, so Brosta. But it was in German, Greg, which would be what? Something taught.
I don't remember what finger is in German.
Yeah, neither do I. So Brosta's here to hang out, but also because we've had an abundance of anus in the Eat Dirt recently. Pause for effect. Haven't we, Brosta? Hey, speaking of finger tight.
Finger tight, that's how I manage all the teams very carefully. No,
give it the lick dip. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a really it's an amazing group. I don't know. We're gonna have 4 ZRL-A teams again. There's always more people.
Awesome.
Like TTT, we used to just have like one team, maybe a couple A+. Now we're basically riding Doppio with one, all A's with another, and close to espresso or high frap when once Greg upgrades.
I was going to say we just need a couple more A's so that Rob A can get some A's back.
Yeah.
Right now we're relegated for the rest weeks for most of the A's. And they're like,
well,
just treat me like a B.
Some feelings were getting hurt on 007, so we had to make sure they have all their A's.
Yeah.
Right, espresso. Shots fired.
Throwing shade.
No, it's awesome. It's a really cool thing because, I mean, Zwift racing it's a skill. Like obviously there's your energy, your physical ability, but then there's the gamesmanship. So people, and like they upgrade to A, they start racing with us, like they all kind of slowly get better at both. And it takes time.
Well, some people
really
upgrade
time.
to A+.
Still.
Let everybody know about it.
Give Bonica his due. Kiss the ring, as they say.
You guys may or may not know. Steve and I are super close.
Yeah. Oh, I know. We know you are.
Oh yeah.
We love that about you two. You guys are the cutest couple
So
in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys get coffee together, talk about it.
It's true, we do. That has happened.
I know.
And, we're wrapping up for a new ZRL season.
Something else that's changed since you've been on was our research department got way better, but it was 0 before, so it's like a 0.5 now.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent.
You guys do a great job. Right?
Yelp review us, please. We could use the attention.
I still don't know how to review a podcast in Spotify.
Well, our marketing manager could probably direct you to that. But
I definitely don't know how to do it in Yelp. although if we start getting Yelp reviews, maybe we can make Zagat's next year, so that'd be awesome.
I'm going all to the top. Let's get that Michelin star, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Michelin star rating.
So is Zagat's
anyway.
Drew, is it Zagat's or Zagat?
Oh, I don't know.
Said Zagat.
Is it en route or en route?
Yeah,
I'm not from New York, where this thing matters apparently much more than everywhere else. So it's probably Zagat.
Go into every bodega, you get the book.
In Michigan,
it used to be.
And in the northern Midwest, it's Zagat's.
I'm gonna say probably from like the Ohio River Valley west.
Yeah,
the
it's
Pacific
Zagat's.
Ocean.
Zagat.
You put a Zagat's in your bag and you go on your way.
Yeah,
Zagat.
when I was like 21 and in New York City, that was like, you used it.
That was the
Absolutely.
restaurant Bible.
There wasn't.
You didn't go on a date without checking with Zagat first.
Nice.
You know what our restaurant Bible is here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just Google. You just Google food.
Oh, I thought you were
It's
gonna,
like Taco Bell.
I was hoping you were going to say it's the ad insert
pincher?
that gets the penny pincher that gets put in your mail whether you want it or not.
Yeah,
I choose all my best restaurants off the penny pincher.
Yeah.
We got that up at the lake, Seneca Shopper.
Yeah.
It's mostly you could rent earth moving equipment.
Yep.
You could
You can pick up
get a
catering
well
for your next
drilled,
event.
Yep.
Catering. It was very good for
Awesome.
helping to start campfires, so I kept them all.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I keep it for sure.
Wonderful kindling. Kindling or kindling?
Kindling.
I think both are acceptable.
Kindle
Yeah.
is the Yiddish version.
Ah.
Kindle what?
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh.
I said Kindle.
Kindle. Kindle.
All right, so the callback, it's der Finger. So it's just finger in German.
And then tight is like toit, right? Like a tiger.
Toit.
Yeah.
Toit.
When
Good.
I was
Now that we've clarified that.
I would judge the success of my fire building by how many pages of the Seneca Shopper I needed to use.
Yeah. Yep.
But
See,
I'm not doing
before
so
you
hot
clarified that,
anymore.
I imagined in my head a building, like a physical building. It was like your fire station, my fire building.
there's a fire pit
Well, we all have dreams, I guess, but
building. That would be a cool building.
right?
Yeah.
You enact your
some
own
flames
drills.
on the side. You know.
Big enough
Sorry.
to have an indoor fire.
We went off the rails hard there for a minute.
Fine. That's what happens when we repeat guests.
What are we talking
It is
about?
true. It's also what happens. Like we've spent all summer on hiatus, which meant that like most of us had not, really been in a room together, for months. So we're just enjoying each other's company.
That's it.
No, but seriously, on the A racing, I'll keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Brosta is the best at bringing it back around. He always reaches for that.
Correct topic
Totally.
change timing.
No, I mean, I tell everybody, people who start, people who are good at it, like I don't know, you just have to set, like I said it last time, you set your own goals, and you just kind of keep learning and getting better and figuring out how to do it. Like, there's people who are borderline A's, sometimes start as B's, but as you, as you progress, you kind of it's satisfying. Like, it's not everybody's going to win the race. Like, we're racing with basically, what do they call it now? The Grand Prix.
Yeah. Grand Prix
Racing
series.
with Grand Prix level racers. And they're probably going to beat you. But that's okay. Then it's how far can you hold on to them? Can you mid-pack sprint for 17th fastest? And see how you're still just there.
Speaking of this, I saw you were signed up. You signed up yesterday for the Innsbruck.
Yeah, what was that race?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I was just curious. I almost signed up for that,
Yeah.
except that I saw how early it was. I wanted to sleep in. But also, I was going to be signing up with you and, is it Walt?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I saw the rest of the field, and I was like, I get destroyed here.
yes.
And so talk me through wanting to race in a race like that.
Or
Especially
why you were in a B category? That's my first question.
No, it was
So I wasn't.
Masters race.
it was like it was
like
Masters
it was an
race.
age
categories. But
okay.
I mean, I didn't want to just win my category. I wanted to
No,
win the race.
right. But when I look at
I didn't.
when I look at the field, when I look at the course, I was like, there are at least 5 people that can do whatever,
Yeah,
7, 8 watts per kilogram up the leg snapper, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
It's less
But
than
it
a
was a
minute.
cool
That
race.
you can do it, Greg.
Yeah.
So
no, the,
right, so was that? I mean, did
it
you
broke
put it in
up.
the
So
field? I checked
basically,
the results.
I won like my category, but basically
Sure.
5 of us broke away. It was me and 3 younger guys, or 4
Sure.
younger guys. One of them was like a Zwift Tower. He might have been real. He just didn't have a heart rate monitor,
Okay.
or
Nah,
not. But
he's
anyway,
fake.
he was messing up the whole field. But unfortunately, there were people strong enough to follow him.
To follow him, yeah.
So
Sure.
then I followed them. So, but then there were like Walt did it in the second group, and basically every leg snapper just broke into different groups. But it was
Yeah.
still competitive because like you didn't know who you were racing against. They color coded by jersey,
It's not a marked field in the same way.
but there's no. I don't know if it was a Zwift issue or what, but there was no placing on the what place you were in the race.
Oh,
Oh, really?
so it
I mean,
never
I
said.
knew
Yeah,
this.
it just said Swifters nearby.
Yeah.
Kind of like
So you
the
kinda-
Saturday race, right? Where once the B's and the A's catch,
But
you
it's
don't really
such a
know where you
bullshit,
stand
right?
in the overall race.
Yeah.
Or you're just dead.
Yeah, or you just that's
Yeah.
That
You
happens
just
to me more.
just look for Sully's jersey and mark it.
Grab the wheel, quick.
Is that what you did this week, Greg?
Yeah. Yes.
Greg did really well on Saturday.
You did?
I just stayed with Sully for as long as possible, and then I was revving up, and then he went like a split second before I started my sprint, so he stayed right in front of me.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, for everybody, I would encourage you to push your boundaries. There's no cost to racing an A race. You can just get dropped. It happens to everybody.
Except for my cardiologist bill when my heart explodes.
Yeah, my,
Drew's lying. He doesn't have a cardiologist. He just has me, and I don't charge that much.
Drew, when
God,
you teach,
What happened to my heart?
do you teach about like resting heart rate and that stuff, or
Yep,
your
actually, we just did it
students?
a couple weeks ago.
So yeah,
Take the heart rate when they walk in, exercise, take it after you exercise, and then a little bit of math, a little cross curricular. You know how to find your heart rate zones and stuff. It's very basic. But
I just
enough for
imagine Drew like, all right, kids, today we're doing some arithmetic. Who's in?
No,
Arithmetic on 1. Ready?
I asked because my daughter goes to a New York City public school. She's in middle school, but they teach them the same stuff probably every year from
yeah,
6th to 12th grade.
Is it just how to balance their checkbook?
Yeah.
Damn it.
How to
Should
address
teach
a
them
mail.
yeah.
That was my favorite class.
I'm sure they definitely don't teach them how to balance their checkbook.
You know, we were discussing this. My wife took like every home ec class there was in high school. And she's like looking back at it. She's like, I mean, it really prepared me to be an adult. Like I do laundry.
There you go.
She's like, I know how to cook. It's like, I definitely didn't learn that at home. I was like, that's true. Sorry, mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Yeah, I'm sure. Is she a listener?
No, never.
Yeah, so my daughter asked me, like, what's your max heart rate? She's like, hell,
Nice.
like, it should be 179.
Yep.
I was
220
like,
minus your age.
That's not right. It's like, it's 185 yesterday.
My
Like, I'm
my
not
heart
sure
rate
if
has
that's
never
good or
actually
bad.
reached my maximum by that calculation.
Really?
Yeah. I think the highest my heart rate's ever been was like 178, maybe 179.
My highest actually came with Brosta when we rode with Vonica on the state line sprint. My heart rate hit like 202, and I was like, "Okay,
At times we almost go
I'm good." Yeah.
For those listening, Greg's jaw just hit the floor.
That was my Garmin popped up with that little thing like heart rate warning. Like, your heart rate is too high. I was like, it's okay. The
Yeah.
sprint's done now. I'm okay.
So you're saying I need to ride with Brosta and Bonica to really get
100%.
some VTAC going?
Every time, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll kick it in.
Oh my!
Yeah, no,
Could you
I-
imagine how
I-
you would feel at 202, Greg?
I'd be
Because
dead.
it hit it and then it fell right down to like 190, 195. So like,
Yeah,
okay.
that was heart failure
okay.
setting in.
That was, yeah.
That was your right heart giving out. It's like, no, we quit.
We're good.
Yeah,
But
I did
the problem
one
now
race.
is like intervals is like, oh, your max heart rate is 202.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not.
No, you can adjust that.
That was a spike. We're good.
One of the races I did outside this summer was like some uphill sprint finish. That was when I set like my Garmin, that was a new one. It like max heart rate set 192. And my dad was right there. He's like, oh, okay.
Oh man,
192. I'm not even sure I can count that high for me. My heart rate
It's
can.
gonna-
I don't
it's
know.
definitely
If
going
I
to take
could.
more than 2 feet. That's for sure. You know,
Yeah.
all hands on deck.
So I gotta ask, Brosta. So what? I'm sure you like being back in the city, but do you miss anything from the pastoral setting of upstate?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And it's also just relaxing.
Yeah.
Like it was like I didn't have anything to do, but I got to just, enjoy being there. Bike
Sure.
more. Like here, I'm just like, we're just busy. Like the kids, when we were there, they went to school, but they didn't do any after school or anything, save a few like Zoom things. Whereas here, it's like every day they have something,
Oh, yeah.
which is
All
great.
activities.
It's actually really good. Like they're older now; they have homework. They went to a Montessori school, so they had no homework for 2 years.
Oh,
So that's a new thing. But yeah, I miss the food we could get.
yep.
I miss the outside riding was unbelievable. Like I lived 2 miles from a national forest for gravel riding, and then it was like the middle of nowhere. So they don't really do much in terms of your tax dollars except take care of the roads. So they're generally
And even
pretty
that's
good.
questionable.
No. They actually do a pretty good job at that.
I
Are they?
think he's saying they have
Especially-
good roads because that's
Yeah,
all
they
they
have
do.
good
relative
roads
to-
because that's all the
yeah.
money goes to.
Relative to New York City.
Yeah. Yeah. New York
Relative
City.
to New York City, there are some third world countries that have better roads.
So that's part of the why Steve Bonica got 4 flat tires on Saturday story. It's, so he doesn't know this, but he should blame FEMA.
FEMA.
True story. So
Not-
the
not PETA.
Palisades, not PETA,
Okay.
FEMA. There was a hurricane like 2 years ago now
Yeah.
that flooded the whole like Palisades cliff area, trashed the roads. They've slowly been cleaning it up. They need to redo do a ton of work. But according to the park website, it's like a fix it, finance it, and then get money back after situation.
Yeah.
So they're like, you got to get we're like, we can't do it until we get the money to do it.
Yeah,
And
you
then
have
we'll
to
get
spend
paid.
$100 million, and then FEMA will reimburse you.
Then we'll decide if you get the whole thing or just part of it.
So anyway, because we were riding in the dark in a park with no ambient light and no street lights.
Oh, I thought that
Headlight.
rhyme was going to go further.
I got there
On a
was
lark.
bark.
Yeah.
Dog said bark.
Dogs don't talk. Come on, don't lie to me.
So he was
And
on
in
the Palisades
succession.
and
Rob
And it
Devlin was like almost died pointing out 2 potholes. Almost went into a wall. And then I kind of rode through. And somehow Steve hit the same pothole right behind me. And just... So we're standing
So-
there like...
Did he
like-
blame you for not pointing it out?
He just blames me for all of it. Because it was entirely my fault. I did pick the road to go. I was like, it seems okay. I see people are riding on it. But it's totally covered with leaves because it's close to car traffic.
Has he submitted
like
his
a-
receipts for his new tires yet?
Well, so I actually I have some tubes that are his because you guys may know that Steve and I did an actual time trial together
Yeah.
Yep.
and we won. Well, first of three.
There we go.
First of three. There's more to come.
No, it was first place.
You won the first one.
No.
Oh, right.
But the prize was bicycle inner tubes. So
Were you tethered by the tubes?
I love
half a dozen new tubes.
local events that you win bike tubes.
Yeah.
And I
Thanks
got
for your
second
effort.
place in the individual one, so I won tubes for that, and then more for the. So anyway, but Steve had to leave early, so he didn't get his tubes. So I have all these extra tubes.
Sounds like that was karma then. They busted all those tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll stick around for your prize, your loot,
Nah,
your booty.
He had dad work to do,
Dun, dun, dun.
the important stuff.
That sucks.
Best laid plans of all cyclists is ruined by dad work.
Yeah.
Truest statement ever said.
Or technology.
Or technology.
Yeah. Dad work and technology.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this race.
Aww. So Brosta was going to race for the last, at this point it'd be half an hour, but we'll call him out right now. I guess he chickened out.
You want me to just do it? You guys can talk over me?
I was going to say, maybe he's enjoying the conversation.
That's
Yeah,
not true.
He doesn't want to get sidelined.
That's not true at all. He's trying to keep us on track. I'm trying to derail us. This is how things go.
Jose will find out on Friday. He'll be like, "Why did you race?" And then if I
Well, it'll actually be next
Tomorrow?
Friday.
oh,
Yes,
We've got a bit of a backlog.
He'll still know.
I was going to say, you're a brave man racing the day before TPT.
Well, that was the other thing.
Well,
I tried that a few times and didn't work
Yes.
well on Thursday.
I thought,
I have my
determined
shout out to the animales. You
Animale.
can see my,
Do you
my
like that
dolphin.
shirt?
the dolphin himself.
Delphine. It's a
There you
little
go.
sweaty at this point.
Isn't there? I've always learned there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity, right?
Yeah.
I've never really been able to find the line, though. And I go by
That, just,
feel.
that usually means the line is behind you already. You need to turn around and look for it.
You know what? Shoot for the moon, Todd.
No,
Yes, you end up in the stars.
it's funny. I mean, we all started as TTT team, right? That's what Eat Dirt
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It still just remains like the absolute best thing. Like
Yeah.
if you're on the fence about doing it, I'm sure everybody who listens to this is like rides
Do
TTT with us, basically.
Yeah.
But
All 12 of them, yes.
Or has at one time. Right. Or rides with joy in some capacity.
Yeah.
yeah,
Joy the
Friends
person,
with joy.
not the emotion.
both.
Yeah.
No, the
We have to
TTT
clarify now.
bring joy and pain. It's the best race.
Pain is
The best.
Joy's cousin, for those who don't know.
She's
don't
also
remember. She's also
Best
5
thing.
foot and 100 pounds. It's very strange.
No, they. I mean,
I don't remember if Animales was around when we talked to you last time. I don't think it was, right?
oh no.
That was a more
So
recent
we
development.
rebranded. I think it started. I think it was just this year, right? I can't remember if it was
Yeah.
before
Back in the spring.
New Year's, but so we
Yeah.
rebranded sometime in March and started entering the team as Eat Dirt Animales.
Yep.
And I haven't ridden all of them. I've done at one point I wasn't. Now I am more most of the time, not all the time. I'm definitely the slowest person on the team. And it's true. But I looked at some statistics of how we did, and it was basically depending on if we were espresso or doppio, we were whatever class we were in, we were top 5, if not 2 or 3,
Right.
and our average place of the whole thing. Our average place was 2, 3,
Jesus.
of everybody.
That's wild.
For
Every
GC
team.
standing.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It's awesome.
I mean,
That's crazy.
and
Strong
I
group.
mean it's a wonderful group. We all that's the thing. People think all these A riders. I mean, we're all crazy. We all do this every day. But but it's not there's no meanness. There's no
Right.
negative feedback. There never is. Like, that's dirt. And we carry that through ZRL. We carry it through TTT. We carry it through, like, everybody's their own worst critic anyway at that level. So, like, it's just like, great race, good job. Like, keep trying harder. Like, if you have a hard time, somebody might send you a direct message, just like, it's okay. I went through that. Like, I've done a few of those. Like, and it's just
That's
like,
awesome.
Just keep doing it, man. Like, it's like we're a team, but you have to enjoy this and want to do it.
Yep.
Because otherwise, like, what's the point? And so even at this level where we're like kicking butt and going as fast as possible, and like, I mean, I get nervous about the Thursday races because I'm like, I try not to, because that like messes with my resting heart rate and everything.
Sure.
Yep.
But I know I have to be like on the limit. My legs have to be right. Like, like every one of them is going to be like, this is as fast as you've ever gone. And then keep doing it.
And then followed by another fastest you've ever gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, it's everybody shows up every week. Ben, Tom, Rob, Jose, Steve, Bill, Nordy, me. That's 8. We got Neil Tucker sometimes.
Isn't Doug Oberman sometimes as well?
Yeah, Doug's done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Eric Lacey is incredible. I don't know how well you guys know him, but he's just like, he's an incredibly strong cyclist, like, and just like the nicest guy.
There's been an influx of people recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you. Shout out to DT, Dave Thompson, and
Dave
the
Thompson.
505.
Not Dave Thomas of Wendy's fame,
Not Dave Thomas.
for the record. Somebody made
Long
that
Island.
mistake. King of Long Island. First of his name.
Protector of the North Shore and the Southern Shore.
Protector of heart rate monitors and other fine faculties.
Fine accoutrement.
Accoutrement, thank you.
Stuart Way comes sometimes. Yeah, like there's all these guys that do this endurance ride, which Peter McKenzie has been leading for forever, since he was like 20. He's like 26 now with 7 or 8 kids. I'm kidding. But
Shay's 26.
No, I'm kidding. But he's like 31 or 32. He's a pretty young guy.
He does have 1 million children, though.
He does
that must age him, because like in his texts, he sounds much older than he is then. Sorry, Peter.
Yeah, no, Peter's amazing. So I started doing the endurance ride a while ago.
You've been doing that forever.
The cornerstones of my training. And again, like this whole like, I don't follow any trainer road. I basically just do zone 2 and race, and then when I ride outside, I'll do some hill segments or whatever. But there's no
hill segments. He means he's chasing comms and getting them.
Crushing it, I think, is the term the kids use these days. We should ask Peter.
How many days do you race a week, though?
2 or 3. Sometimes I'll double up.
Follow-up question: Do you ever race after you're doing a chunk of 505?
Yeah.
Or do you keep those days separate?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends if it's like not ZRL season or how I'm feeling. Like it's a race I'm not going to do.
I'm sure like most people, ZRL season, you're doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and like Saturdays or something.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, Brosta's doing TTT and then often going and winning Doozy. So.
Yes, I do. The Doozy is a great race. I was hitting my stride in the late summer.
I wish it started just a little bit earlier.
I might do that this Thursday. It sounds like, because I was going to do double, but the team's filled up for zone 6. So
look at that.
Doozy's a great alternative.
Maybe I'll do that.
The fun one.
We'll see. Starts at 6:25 or something.
6:40.
Yeah. 6:40.
6:40.
Yeah.
Which I should be off the bike by 7 for me.
I was going to say that's the thing is you realistically it should take. I think Brosta, you usually finish in like 20-25 minutes, right? The Doozy.
Yeah. Oh, I meant Yeah, I'm an hour behind.
Somebody,
back.
no, and
So
for me and Greg, we got to be on the bike by 7. If you could do it, it would just be really painful.
Yeah, no, it's kind of tight.
So, especially for me. I mean, if Brosta's doing it in 2025, that means I should be able to finish it in like 35, 40.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I might actually race outside on Sunday.
Ooh.
Nice.
Like, I haven't done an actual road race in New York City like ever.
Is there an event? It's late
There's like
season.
shockingly, there's like some duathlon in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Prospect Park, right?
Yeah, and there's a road race before it. And it's at like 6:16 a.m., which is amazing.
Your wheelhouse, Brosta.
Because the time has changed, so it will actually be light out then.
Yeah.
I can bike over there in 15, 20 minutes.
Wait, did you say the time has changed or will change? Because I'm starting to freak out.
Will have changed.
Okay, thank you.
Have changed on Sunday.
I wonder I was so
Sunday,
late to work yesterday.
If you were looking at your clock
Early.
at 1 o'clock and at 1:59 it goes back to 1 o'clock, don't be alarmed.
Yeah. That's the
Also,
other thing.
you should go to
The
bed
devil.
if you're looking at that.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 a.m, you idiot.
Especially if you
Go
have
to
a
bed.
6:15 in the morning race. You should probably be
Maybe work in a restaurant.
If you're on the night shift. In the world of night shifts at the hospital, you just get an extra hour to work. Isn't that fun?
But then you get it back in the spring if schedule works out and you're on the spring ahead cycle.
If you're lucky enough to be on nights at the same time, yeah.
I was going to say, does bar time reset? Get another hour at the bar?
Well,
This is a
Not here.
call an hour later.
I've tried that as a young Manhattanite. Depends
Whippersnapper.
on the bar. Because bars in Manhattan, you may or may not know, a lot of them close at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Late.
Ours close at 1, so they circumvent the entire situation.
It's 2 a.m. everywhere else. Well, except when I was in college and would have been doing this, Arizona didn't do daylight savings. So
Not all of them, but you can definitely stay out till 4 a.m.
Yep.
And then just keep going out. Go to brunch, day club.
I was going to
I know,
say, that's the thing.
Greg, you're saying there was no daylight savings time because you were in Arizona?
yeah, just not participate.
Right. Okay.
Which is going to be the rest of the United States this time next year, right? We're staying daylight savings.
So they say.
God,
I'll believe it
really?
when they see it.
But not okay, because I was having this discussion the other day. Which do we prefer as morning people?
Oh, I prefer not daylight savings. I prefer standard time. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you get the light in the morning, right?
Yes.
And just to clarify
okay.
for those in the room who might be less than 5 mentally, which one is that?
The one
Standard
that we're
time is
entering-
winter time.
Yeah.
Standard time is winter time, where it's
Yes.
a little bit lighter in the morning but dark in the evening,
Correct.
and then it just gets dark all the time
Yes.
later in the year.
And by New Year's, we're always there.
But yeah, I'd rather have the morning light. Sure.
That's like you hear about these countries, northern parts of Norway. They have like 4 hours of daylight in the middle of the winter.
Less.
Oh.
Well, and then like northern Alaska too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the same thing.
But then, like, you see those documentaries of people that go to, like, Antarctica, and they get 24 hours of sun one part of the year, but then 0 hours of sun on the reverse side. Oh,
Yeah.
Listen,
Lord.
for our Kiwi friends, did you guys see the news that the Prime Minister of New Zealand got stranded in Antarctica? Antarctica.
Oh, no.
She had to be rescued by the Italian Air Force or whatever.
I didn't see that at
Oh,
all.
boy.
My second question was, why was Italy being so close to Antarctica? What in the hell? They must have a base somewhere.
Establishing a firm presence in the air.
Yeah. They're really after those southern hemisphere people,
Well, look, if the sea levels rise and polar ice caps melt, there's a whole bunch of land down there. It's got to be somebody's land.
They're like,
Gotta go to
we needed
somebody.
the salt water for the pasta.
That was terrible.
And you laughed so hard at it. So I'm going to count that as a win.
Okay, you can take it.
Man.
I'm just patting myself on the back for those.
Yeah, that's good. It's vital.
All Italian people sound like Mario, right?
Yeah,
Drew, you can confirm.
sure.
Sure.
Luigi. All the same. One and the same. Did you
So-
see they're coming out, speaking of Mario, they're coming out with a new Mario World movie.
Is that like
I saw
Mario?
the trailer for it. It's like Mario.
It's Mario's cousin Mario.
So
Does he live in Florida?
He lives in Florida. He eats oranges.
We're talking about Mario and Luigi and their accents. You guys are aware that they never talk words in the games.
In the game, correct.
But in like the 1980s live action / cartoon television show, there were two goofballs who basically had terrible New York Italian accents.
Yes.
They were horrible to listen to.
Yep. Gotta be New York plumbers. Come on.
But they talk in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mario
that's
Kart,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Well, and I mean,
And they
Mario
might
64, and
It's me.
for going back, the original games, they didn't talk, though.
I'm gonna win.
It's me. I'm Mario. And then you could drag his face all over if you waited long enough.
I have that.
Oh, yeah.
That little jingle from Mario 64. Dun, 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 dun. And then he's like, I'm getting sleepy.
All right,
When they couldn't have to leave the controller for a while.
yesterday was Halloween. I know we're showing this a week and a half later.
It's okay.
Lots of Mario and Luigi's. Very popular costume.
Yeah.
Yoshi or some version of Dragon. Also
yeah.
very popular. Like, what? Why? Like, what's going on?
The Mario
in the
movie
world?
has been announced.
Yep. And it's
So everybody-
your man Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is Mario.
One of the three Chris's, the trifecta.
Yep.
Hey, guess who's
Too
playing
tall to be
Luigi?
Mario.
Guess who's playing Luigi?
This is good.
Charlie
Christian
Day.
Bale.
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day. Hey, wait.
Better
Guess
yet,
who's playing?
who's Bowser?
Yeah, who's Bowser?
At this point, I don't even know. Oh,
My man
damn.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be good.
Hey,
You should watch
Seth
the trailer
Rogen?
if you haven't.
Seth Rogen's in it as somebody.
Are we going to get a Wario and a Waluigi or no?
No,
I don't know.
think
They haven't
so.
mentioned that.
I've
They'll
always
save that for
wanted.
the
Not in the
sequel.
original cast list.
What's his name? Damn it. Turturro. To play
Oh, Joe
Waluigi.
Turturro?
Yeah,
John Turturro.
John Turturro.
John.
Yeah.
What's-
There's two
what's-
Turturros. Right?
Luigi.
Anyway,
He's on to bigger and better things now. He was the Falcone in
Yeah,
the Batman movie.
Yep.
he'd be an amazing Waluigi, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would. Just based on physical presence alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all tall and wiry.
Yeah.
He can adopt the maniacal look. Oh. That's my stunt casting. I'm done.
Well,
Luigi.
to totally change the subjects,
Yes, please.
I've been on since I don't know when. I've been meeting a ton of people in real life from Dirt. Like COVID broke.
Really?
Like it's been awesome. Yeah, I mean,
COVID's over, so yeah.
COVID's over.
Yeah,
and
time to go.
I don't know. I like this summer was like Drew, Dan, Pete,
Yep.
George, Steve.
Okay.
I'm missing somebody. Am I missing somebody?
It's probably another Steve.
George. You said George.
I said George. I said George.
Maybe it could be a Mike or a Michael.
Mike or
Someone
Michael,
else.
yeah.
Who's
Possibly a
Michael?
Brad. Definitely a Brad.
Oh, did the New Jersey Highlands Fondo, and those races are like, it's perfect for Zwift abilities
Yeah.
and for a TTT team, because you do the whole ride, but the only race part is like timed
A small
10
segment.
to 15 segments
Yeah.
every 5-10 miles.
Yep.
And so if you can do it with a team, like I did it
Yeah.
with Steve's, and it was awesome. It was just so much fun.
How many Steves were there? Two?
Two Steves, good and bad.
So it's
Good Steve.
two
Hesse.
Steves and a Mike?
Yeah.
That should be your racing team. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Two Steves and a Mike. Hey.
And then a bunch of people. I met Tiago.
Yep.
Oh, did you wear your
Wanker.
dirt kit?
Oh, well, yeah, I wore my dirt kit to Belgian waffle ride.
Nice.
I had a whole bunch of people randomly come up to me like, "Oh, hey." I had a couple guys. I was just at a rest stop, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in dirt." And I was like, "Oh, which chapter?" And we exchanged notes. I couldn't remember right now because my brain was addled. And then I had a guy come up to me in the recovery zone, and he's like, "Oh, dirt, huh?" I'm like, "Yep." He said, "I race ATP." I said, "Oh, okay."
So sorry.
Did you tell him
I'll
sorry
see-
for that big
I'll
L
see
you got?
you on your way.
Yeah.
Guy who
Well,
helped
it's
me
funny to see how
change
many
my flat
people-
tire in the Fondo didn't even know what dirt was. He was, dirt? What's that? I was like,
You're like,
Is that
oh, it's a
New
mountain
Jersey,
bike
it does
thing.
say
You
it.
wouldn't get it.
But that's not who you recruited, because now Wobbly Crank,
Yep,
Coffee
Adrian
Channel, Adrian.
and I met in the
I
parking lot
actually-
afterwards.
Yeah, we rode together like the first weekend I was back in New York
That's
City.
right.
Had a really
Central
nice
Park,
time.
right?
No. We went all the way up to Nyack.
Oh,
Adrian
that's
is
right.
like-
That's right.
Is he British?
Yes.
He is.
Yeah. That threw me off because I knew he was your friend from New York, and I was racing like midday when I was on mids one day
Yep.
or nights. And he popped in and he started talking. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I am no genius, but that is not a New York accent.
You don't sound like Mario. What's happening?
Where is the pasta?
Speaking of people I met,
Notice I talk
did,
with my hands too.
I did part of
You
the
have
one day of the Schwenker ride,
Yep.
which was an
That was
amazing
cool.
experience for me to kind of.
Did you get to ride that with him on the Empire State Trail?
Yes,
That's
which
awesome.
is mostly not paved, which we didn't really know. Once you get past Rochester and head towards Syracuse, there's just
Really?
like kind of a dirt towpath.
Oh no,
And so we're just
It's
like
not even
totally
like
flat.
chat.
they're like selling that as like, oh, ride all the way from New York City to
Oh,
Buffalo.
it's gorgeous. If you had like
Yeah,
some slightly wider tires, like it was fine on
Yeah.
the road bike. It was really
Drew,
fine.
that's their tactic to get you out of New York City. They're like, oh, it's beautiful. Come to Buffalo.
yeah.
And then you get there and you're like, I've been duped.
It's a long way, but
They got me.
They got me.
Got him.
I forgot to plug our Eat Dirt chapter version of the Movember contest,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of Mario and Luigi,
And
Not-
for
not
Schwenker
really.
and the dad fund.
and for
Yep.
we I think Jesse Keaton started this idea. He's like, let's just grow mustaches. This is last year. He's like, well,
Sounds
just,
right.
just
For funsies.
sounds
give
so
the Dirt
easy.
Dad Fund $10 to do it, and if you have to shave, which everybody inevitably does, most people, not Greg, you pay $10.
Greg's wife has succumbed to the power of the mustache.
$10 to
Well,
exit. So
Yep.
Yeah. So, but my bid was, I'll start with the mustache, but I'm not trimming it. So it's gonna get pretty disgusting.
The
Are we
biggest
thinking
issue
like
when we
Sam Elliott level, like doing the wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when they grow down and curl into my mouth.
Into your mouth? Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
You
do a
gotta
lot
do
of
that.
like.
You do the
Yeah,
scissor
that-
trim.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that. That's the.
You're not
Flavor
going to do that?
savor.
If I'm not starting with a clean slate, I'm not trimming my mustache.
You are
Oh,
definitely
Greg.
getting some cappuccino in your
It's
mustache.
going to be disgusting.
He's also going to end up with a Bezor, for those who know what that is.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
anyway, even though you'll hear this a week later, you can still just join in. There's
Yep.
no
Yeah.
rules.
What they
Whatever you
say?
want.
And if you
Almost
can't
just
grow
right.
facial hair, donate.
Yeah, $10
Chris,
to get in.
Chris does a really good job. I mean,
If
It
you're-
still works.
If you're jealous
care.
of your follicularly accelerated brethren, donate in their honor.
like Drew.
Like I wasn't going to call them out, but
You can join Jose and I on the least thick mustache competition.
Actually, you should have a race for cleanest face.
Yeah, say. All right, at the end of the month,
Cleanest face after 30 days.
whose face has less hairs on it? I know I can count the hairs on my face.
You can.
well, if you come closer to the camera, we probably could too. I can't.
trim,
720p. I'm not getting the resolution I need.
end of the month, trim it off into a little petri dish, put it on the scale. Whoever has the fewer grams of facial hair,
Is it?
or upper lip hair specifically, wins.
We have to define the confines of the upper lip. Then are we
Yeah.
going
It's where,
angle of the mouth?
Right here. Yep.
where the mouth
Corner of the
actually
mouth.
meets.
Yeah.
So that's how I trim it. I gotta fold these back and then trim right to the corner.
I get a lot of insight into this today. This is amazing. You know, mine's
What's
actually
that?
a little bit long right now, but as I told them, my facial hair is not up to
It's
my
not yours.
decision. Yeah, it's not mine to dabble with. My wife has told me before, if that comes off, I'm out. I'm like, yes, honey.
It's funny. I have the opposite problem. My wife hates facial hair, so it works out. And she's like, "Why are you growing that again?
Drew,
What
I
is
don't
that on
want
your face?"
to put any
Brain
insight into your marriage,
brain.
but
Blame Brosta or Keats.
I think maybe she doesn't like it because you can't grow it, and she just loves you that much. That's
I was
why.
going to say, is it a?
She doesn't want you to feel bad.
Dealing with the hand that we got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's using her hand. Yes, her hand that she was dealt.
Play with what you got.
Oh my God.
People to come up to the Finger Lakes to visit me. Some
Yeah.
from really far away. Like,
With a name like the Finger Lakes, though, I mean, you have to go at least once,
yeah,
right?
it's
Is it a tight finger?
really nice there.
It's very tight up there.
I didn't know.
Point finger.
Jeff Hines came just to like ride for a day. He shows up,
Jeff,
has dinner.
shout out to Jeff. He'll be your previous guest.
Episode before.
You will have met
Yeah.
him last week.
That's right.
Jeff is amazing. One of the most dialed in
Oh, yeah.
athletes I know. A week after a triathlon, he's like, "Yeah, let's ride as fast as we can." So we did like 80 miles, 3,000 feet of elevation.
Oh,
We averaged like 23 miles an hour. It's just the two of us. He's like, "I could have gone faster, but I just did this Ironman last week."
Sean, that's no excuse, Jeff.
So I learned like 2 months later my bike saddle was too low, which is why I wasn't
think-
like hitting the right power. But
I think I'm going to call it here, and I don't think anybody will be offended if I say this, but Jeff is my favorite South African Canadian.
South African Canadians go.
I mean, it's a large population, but I think they'll all agree. Jeff is the coolest one.
yeah, he's got some other South African Canadian family. So
Well, I don't know them, so technically,
Disqualified.
yeah, in my book.
Closed.
So, are you going to go back up in the summers and stuff?
yeah,
Bob?
so that's the plan, to work remotely and spend the summers up there. We made a bunch of friends up there. Kids have a lot of friends.
My wife had a colleague who vacationed somewhere in the Finger Lakes. Came back and was like, "You guys should go to the Finger Lakes. It's beautiful up there." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that."
Seneca Lake.
Did you hear that, honey?
Seneca Lake.
She said the Finger Lakes are beautiful. I think I know a couple guys up there.
Yeah, I was like, "I
Yeah.
definitely know people up there."
Sean Rice stayed like 10 minutes from my house, and we rode a couple times. He had his family over for dinner one night,
That's so cool.
and then I met Dustin Elliott, who's crushing the bees right now.
Yep.
He's like
That's
he was
awesome.
like dirt Super 6 Diggler guy. He came up to Ithaca. We had an awesome ride. His Zwift Power profile picture is like him with a cow, and it's a picture I took when we were riding together. And I
awesome.
noticed it a few weeks later.
Is
Like,
he
"That's awesome."
getting a refreshment from the cow, like straight from the teat, or are we just,
No, he's just like
posing with a cow? She's like, hey, it's a cow.
chilling with the cow.
See, the difference is if I posted that picture, they're like, why are you outside? There's cows everywhere here.
See, part of the requirement of riding with Brosta is getting your picture taken by Brosta and with
On a
Brosta.
bike.
On
Yeah.
a bike.
Yes.
Brosta,
Ross is the king of the bike selfie.
Brosta will start reaching back, and all of a sudden you say,
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I
to
thought he re-
picture time.
"Picture time."
Fingers get cold. And
Sure, he reaches
Yeah.
back. I thought it was, never mind. It's all the way.
this
Like
summer,
you did last time.
I was accidentally texting people. I had to learn that my screen needed to go out.
Yeah. If your screen is in, your sweaty back will unlock it.
Yep.
Drew
Go
may
crazy.
have noticed some, and Flanagan called me out one time on some Discord notifications I sent. I was like riding for like.
Well, that was the problem. It came like early in the ride, and then it was like 3 hours later. Nobody had heard from you, and we were like, "Anybody checked on Brosta? Is he okay?" What was that random message? No, he. But that
Was it a
I
picture
think
of
I mentioned
Halloween
it last
candy
time.
from
So
Castle Park?
I have
or
to do
whatever it
this because I screwed it up last time. Shout out to Anna and Kaylin, my daughters.
Nice.
They're 9 and 11. They're amazing. Megan, my wife, who's
are-
probably awake right
hey.
now, but she's so.
was? You have headphones in, so are they holding you hostage? Blink twice if yes.
I think they're still asleep, even though I've kind of been
You
yelling.
see that? That was 2 blinks. Okay. We'll send the authorities.
Wait, so does that mean they will listen to your episode?
Well, I'll fast forward to this part. I'll be like, I mentioned you at the end.
They don't need to hear any of the other stuff. Huh?
No, they all kind of like accept, encourage, embrace my dirt life, my cycling life. Like I did a lot of races this summer, and they're like,
they cheered you on.
They're like, "Did you win? What did you get?"
Yep.
Inner tubes.
I got inner tubes. I got a T-shirt.
I don't know if anybody else's spouse has this feeling, but mine has said to me, she's like, it's really nice that you have that group of guys that you talk to, because that's not really something that, as parents of young children, you have time for.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Special.
Yeah.
Even of parents in general, like you're just busy.
Like she's mildly jealous, and she wants her own group of dirt, but she doesn't want to ride a bike, and she doesn't want to sweat. So I was like, maybe there's a book club.
But yeah. I think Megan's actually, I think next week she's doing some virtual book club with her gardening friends. So she has virtual gardening friends, because when we lived up there, she's really into that. So.
Are they gardening books only, or
this is it's about plants.
It is about plants.
Oh, it is.
This is a gardening specific book. It's like a like a garden influencer or whatever.
Wow.
That's doing some book club thing. Okay. I think she wrote the book. I don't know.
That's cool. Something I had no idea existed, that there was a job out there called a garden influencer.
I thought
that was like fertilizer.
You can influence everything.
That's the thing. You want to do the natural fertilizer.
What's your niche interest?
It's time to go influence my garden to grow. Excuse me. I bet Steve could be a natural influencer, right? As much poop as he lays out on the earth.
Good to say.
I always got to bring it back to poops. I'm sorry.
We got to hit all the major target demographics. So
yeah, I mean, Greg and Drew, they know the lot that I'm in. They accepted me for what I am.
Retired moms keep the lights on, but the money's made in the boys 13 to 25.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, we're like the Catholic Church. All of our focus is on 13-year-old boys. Oh, I'm sorry. That was probably bad. I should probably cut that. But I'm not going to.
Oh, man.
Now that we've alienated an entire population of people.
So I also went to drove to Syracuse on Father's Day morning. Had a bike ride with Tiago. And Tiago and I just hung out. I didn't post any pictures. We hung out all Saturday afternoon. Our families got together. He came down from New York City. He's got to vote in the Brazilian election. They apparently have to go in person from wherever you are to vote.
Do you have to go to the consulate or something?
Yeah, so him and his wife went. His daughters are freaking adorable.
Perhaps
you could in their Halloween costumes the whole time.
He probably would be better at explaining, but I noticed there's a lot of stuff going on politically in Brazil right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to wade into that.
Not going to. Okay.
The non-incumbent won.
For the record, he pled the fifth, which does not imply guilt, but also does not exonerate him of any potential guilt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good.
Sounds about right.
My understanding of law is expanding.
Well, pleading the fifth just says I don't have to say anything if I don't want to.
Right, but there is an inherent suspicion that you would be guilty.
Well,
yeah.
In criminal law, there's no such presumption. In civil law, if you pled the fifth to something, the jury gets to presume and is told to presume whatever
that
answer they would have given was bad.
Ah.
Really?
Yeah.
But not criminal law.
Not criminal law.
Hmm.
Criminal law is just
that's the only one I care about.
So that's the flip side. If you show up and plead the fifth to a financial crime and your board of directors sues you or your shareholders sue you, then it's like, well, you pled the fifth, you clearly did something wrong.
We'll have to talk more off camera about this because
what if you get hauled in and you just plead
for
the fifth to every question?
Uh-huh.
How do
that's going to go very bad when you get sued civilly. You better hope that you're a not collectible person.
Collectible is in like you have a specific outfit that you only wear once?
You have assets or steady income stream that can be capitalized.
Don't take the bike, okay?
So you're not an NFT, that's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, if you own NFTs that hold value. All right, let's stop talking about this.
We met Jesse. I met the whole Keaton family. Jesse, his wife and daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Brosta was just waiting. He's like, I got this teed up. Let me just wait for the opportunity.
Wait for the pause.
Keats are great. Keaton's awesome.
I mean, it's like this is the whole like gist of this whole thing, like the racing, the community, the everything about it. It's like
The real life relationships,
real life relationships. It really just
the romances,
so many.
the late night text messages, hey, you up?
Steve's like, maybe I'll bring Murray to watch you race on Sunday. I was like, it's at 6:16 a.m. He's like, no, never mind. Can't do that much, but it's cool.
He'll be up, but Murray won't, right?
Bring him after for breakfast.
Yeah, maybe we'll get breakfast. There's near Brooklyn, and then there's where Steve lives. No, Brooklyn and Queens are gigantic.
Yeah.
Isn't Steve's location subject to change depending on who's asking? Like, hey, you want to get together ride? I don't know, man. I'm like an hour away from you. Hey, you want to get the ride? Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away. Let's go.
Oh man.
Dude. Yeah, Rob killed both of us this weekend. I think Ben told him to attack every hill. Rob, you guys know, but I don't ride with him much.
What was it? He finished like third in the Whiteface Mountain race, right?
Yeah, he's
like overall third out of everybody. There's like
specialist.
150 people who ride that.
He can do 5.5, 5.6 plus for 30, 40 minutes, and he's training to be faster. Like he would have done Mount Washington this year. He kind of hurt himself ahead of time, but he basically wants to beat Phil.
That's wild.
Like that's his.
Because what is it like? Whiteface is considered like the Vontu of. Oh no, what is it? Not Vontu. Oh my God, the other one. Yes,
Alpe d'Huez
of.
How can you forget the Alp?
I know. I've always been a fan of Vontu. They're cool stuff.
Sadist.
My dad biked up there.
Did he really?
A while ago.
Awesome.
Not that long ago. Yeah, he's the reason I ride.
That's such a cool, cool story.
My mother, who got him a road bike because he kept hurting himself mountain biking. And then eventually he had an extra road bike.
There you go.
And that went to you.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So you're cool. The product of an N+1 is what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
See you guys out there.
Aren't we all?
Just convince your spouse that the reason you need a new bike is so you have one to hand down to your child when they're 18.
That's exactly why I ride bikes.
I'm just investing in our children's future, honey. That's all. I mean, if you want to blame me for that, I guess go ahead. I mean, I can just cancel their college funds too and just roll that into our checking account. That's fine.
Wow. Those are immediately competing interests. I can't buy more bikes because of the college.
Well, some may say.
Some.
You just really push the trades and then you're fine. Like, those trade schools, they make like $60K a year coming out.
They'll win every time.
60? It's more than that these days.
Well, I don't know. I'm out of touch. I'm old. Come on. I'm set in my ways. I'm no Pete McKenzie.
Sorry.
Talk about college fund. Whew.
We got sidetracked on Pete in the 505, but it's an awesome training ride. It's like start out. It's like these guys are
full
going
of
fast.
awesome
this
people
is
too.
hard. And then you just keep doing it.
Yep.
And it's just like this steady. There's no surging. And
I find myself cursing them every time I ride. I'm like, why are we going forward up this hill? I don't understand. And then I'm like, okay. And then I always come back though.
Yeah.
Bring it back together. Pete does a great job keeping the blob together.
Super strong people who are like, oh, we can race in Zwift. I'm like, I'll race with us. And we just keep adding more people to the team.
We got
That's the thing.
After party Ann joined up. So
I know. How many times did Ann's like, oh yeah, what are you guys racing? I'm like, Ann, you should come race.
Just race. Try it out. See if you like it.
She'll ride for like 2.5 hours, and then at the after party, she crushes like above 4.0.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Is she going to race on the C
fitness.
teams? Is that?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I think she just hopped in the server.
Yeah, I think she
Sometimes
signed up for
sometimes the
social
portal
purposes.
gets opened.
That was a subtle waiting for Sully to recruit her question. Does Dirt and Ernie have a new team member?
He's not going to.
Yeah,
Somebody's-
get
we do.
this far
We
in
have,
the podcast.
We have Trent.
Yeah. And
Oh, nice.
well, Joy upgraded, so she's no longer part of the team.
Yep, she's not on C anymore. Laura's
So
riding with the A's. A
Laura's
women
still a
division this
C
year.
and Joy's not. How is
Laura
that
weighs
possible?
like 40 kilograms.
Wait, did you say Laura's not riding either?
She is. She's with the team, but she's also riding A division women.
But later in the day.
Later in the day.
Yeah. So she'll still crush yours and then go on to crush the A's too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like,
Sounds right.
I'm a little concerned about, staying fresh for later. We were like, okay. I don't see that being a problem.
Do your zone 2 and crush 4-0 here, and then
Right. You'll be fine.
She was the Canadian esports national champion, right?
which I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'll take 100% credit for that because I snatched her up quickly whenever she offered up to ride with any team on the main dirt server. I was like, oh, you can join us.
Yeah.
And then I was like, here you go, Walt. You're welcome.
Oh, man.
That's most of our recruiting below the A teams is like just dumb luck.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you look for a team? Yeah.
We have dumb luck too. But more and more people want to do it. Like people like friends, outside friends, friends of friends. They're like, you guys are having a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
and then when they race outside and they're kicking ass outside, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I just TTT every week with the Animales.
I'm Zwifting with all these fools on the internet.
It's like, that's it? It's fun. It's awesome.
Well, not to call attention, Greg's on his phone. I'm assuming he has our segment teed up.
Yeah.
So, but perhaps we should.
Finally, our regularly recurring segment, I have guests that can talk about it.
Yeah.
Today's segment is ludicrous logistics and the efforts and madness that go into trying to assign people to CRL and TTT teams.
Before we delve into that, may I also? I love that you come up with these ridiculous alliterations. It challenges my spelling weekly, but thank you.
Okay.
Carry on.
LDI.
I can Google that, Barbara. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to ask Brosta, how much effort do you have to apply to sort all the A weirdos into different teams?
It just depends. It's coming off of the summer break. It was like I was just staring at a spreadsheet. Like I don't know what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
You have all these people. At the end of the day, there's just enough riders for all the spots, and then you're always scrambling for subs. So we basically solve for this is the best team we can put out. This is the second best. Third, fourth,
Right.
but the third and fourth, it's kind of like they're pretty close, and so
Yes.
That's my
we want people
territory.
to have a good TTT team, because right now we have two teams in A1, which is hard.
Yeah.
And like our second team, between not having enough riders, overfilling the roster with people who just dropped out, and it just happens. Like it's like there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
We got like 6 or 7 out of 10 for the first 6 weeks, and
But
now
Brosta, you have a unique situation where you don't have to worry about people upgrading, right?
there's no issue with that.
Yeah.
It's more just like
You get the influx of the first race upgrades from B.
we got a few of those.
B.
And there's the occasional downgrade.
Like, you mean Drew? Drew and apparently Fremont soon? I don't know.
But now I think this second round it's basically done. It wasn't too much extra work, mostly the same people, but so that's good. But again, like it's a lot. It's like because now it's like it was only like 3 weeks in between. Got to register everybody. Make sure you click the right thing, put in the right number.
Yes.
But by having one person in charge of like putting people on different teams, you can then have those same people race on multiple teams and race every single week. And that's basically the goal.
That's the goal, yeah.
That's the one nice thing is by the time I actually get it all in my head, I actually know everyone who's riding.
Yes.
What their power levels are, at least at the moment. And I can mostly keep track of what's happening. It's just always like, it's like daunting every time to go in and be like,
okay, where is everybody?
So what I'm gathering from this, Greg, is that you have a sheet of power rankings of riders while Steve has a power ranking of spouse.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But the rider power ranking looks curiously similar to the sheet that Sully posts where you say whether you're in or out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. No in-out jokes on that one. Just
well, I wasn't going to make one, but now that you've said it, I can't not. Okay. Dang it.
By saying it, I've diffused the bomb.
I guess, or you just made it bigger.
This is the point. Yeah, I mean, I get it. This is the point where everybody can scream at their phones
in the car by themselves.
In the car,
and then post it later.
Or on the bike during the work.
So many opportunities for that's what she said.
Oh, I forgot to mention I saw Tom Corrigan win a Cat 1-2 race this summer.
That's right.
Oh,
that I got dropped from.
That's nuts.
It's like,
did he lap you? Is that how you saw him win, or?
No, I just it was a circuit, so I just at some point I was like, nah,
exited.
This is enough. I'll see if Tom wins. And sure enough, he soloed to victory.
That's awesome.
The guy does 99% of his training inside.
Well, it is now 7:05 Eastern, which means that Greg needs to go to work.
Yeah.
So, thanks for joining us, Brosta.
Yeah, man.
Always a pleasure. He's my second favorite Mike. I mean, I have to put myself first because I'm all into self-love.
Can't vote for yourself.
You understand?
Sure that's illegal.
I'm not voting. I'm abstaining from voting. Anyway, regardless. Next time, we'll see you. I don't know who's going to be on the podcast yet. Drew hasn't made that decision.
Booking agent.
Booking agent.
Assistant to Dodd and booking agent.
If you'd like to donate to the Dirt Dad Fund, you can find it at dirtdadfund.com. All rights are
man, the funds are so easy. $10. Donate.
Yeah, or if you want to grow hair somewhere else on your body and showcase it, feel free. Just don't post the pics.
Yeah, that's fine.
And everybody have a wonderful week.
Head on over to Dirty Rascals. Bye.
Bye.